Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Dennis and welcome back to the Art Survival video. Today we'll discuss another topic that is very interesting because uh, this one got my attention since 2021, I believe. Um, we actually, I and other players as well in chat, we actually talk about this quite a little bit, and it's kind of funny, but also a little bit concerning as well because we'll actually talk about this stuff over here. By the title of the video, you probably already tell what we're going to say. So yeah, we'll actually talk about this stuff over here. Not necessarily the water, the dirty water, not necessarily the clean water, but we'll actually talk about the thing that holds them, which is the bottle. And yeah, this has been an interesting topic for a while now, which is bottle. The question will be how do the main character finds how did the main character find bottles and they can get all of this water stored in a bottle, and this also kind of looks like glass bottle as well, by the way. So yeah, like there's some theory as well because it's earth, just like in real life, the water body is actually quite polluted with lots of plastic. Now I think what happened here, the theory that we made is that there is just so many plastic bottles, garbage in the river, in the ocean, that the main character actually picked those garbage, and then the main character used that to store all this water over here. So if you go to the coast, yeah, this one over here, you get yourself a plastic bottle basically, and yeah, which is kind of interesting as well because then there comes another question. If it does, like if it is actually what is it like? A plastic bottle garbage right in the water, how is it possible that the main character collects so many of them, like literally so much of them? It's beyond ridiculous. Like, is earth that bad? Is the plastic bottle garbage that severe? I mean, I know it's severe, but is it that much? Because um you can do this infinitely, by the way. You can get lots of dirty water and yeah, you can get millions of it, which means that is it really a million plus plastic bottles that they find? So yeah, it's kind of, what is it like, an interesting question in my opinion. And we theorize that maybe in the future, the developers will actually look into this and they will make things complicated because those are like, there's with the current nerfing since 2020 as well, I mean 2021, with the NPC, what is it, revamp. There's lots of theories that with every update the developers will just nerf more stuff, and some of them are true, some of them don't, because again with every big update as well, they introduce more stuff, right? So that is useful as well. So yeah, this was actually being part of the topic as well. Now, what happens if if you want to get dirty water, you actually need to craft the bottle first, because this looks like glass bottle, right? So you will need glass. And how do you get glass? You probably ask. Well, you collect them from the coast. Maybe if you search like this, there will be a pop up like sand, for instance, like sand, and you grab those sand, silica sand, by the way, not the iron sand. The silica sand that you can find in the beach area, those white sand, and yeah, you can get them, and then you can melt them into liquid glass, and then yeah, you make glass, and then you shape those, maybe you shape the liquid glass into bottle, for instance, and then you can get yourself the bottle, and then you can use the bottle to get the water from the water basically. um, So yeah, there's like a theory like that even getting water will be very difficult because you will need bottle, and you don't have bottle, then you get yourself some sand, you smelt them, make liquid sand, liquid glass, basically, and craft yourself these empty bottles. Yeah, it's actually called empty bottles, if you want. I mean, we refer that as empty bottles, and then you can fill them with things, and then if you drink this, for instance, you drink clean water, it will actually use up the bottle, and you will get yourself the empty bottle back. And yeah, those are like the theory, and because of that, that's why you saw lots of people actually try to get themselves dirty water. Now, why does it matter? Why is dirty water a matter? Well, it's kind of the same as the that we just did, but with dirty water. So if you collect lots of dirty water and then you drink them, then you will get yourself the bottle, right? The empty bottle. Now, if you, let's say, if you collect lots of dirty water, like a million, then you will just get a million glass bottle for free, right? You don't actually have to smell them. So that's why lots of people actually gathered lots of dirty water, just because things like this probably exist somewhere, right? I mean, we already have those as well with the concept of this over here, canned beef and canned porridge. If you eat this, by the way, fun fact, you will get one can. So yeah, you will eat the whatever is inside, and you will be left with one can. And one can, those can will be in your component section. It will increase by one. That's why. And yeah, if that happens to the canned beef or canned porridge, why doesn't the same happen with this water over here? If you drink, it will drop the empty bottles, right? Now, yeah, like I said, if you have already collected like a million dirty water, then you have saved yourself a million empty bottles. So in the future, if you need those, you can reuse that, or you can sell them to the players or to the newer players that haven't had the chance to gather themselves some of this water over here. So yeah, it's an interesting thing. Obviously, if that happens, then it will be very challenging, even more challenging, which means that you will have to get yourself empty bottles. But the downside with that is it means that everything will get convoluted, because we introduce sand as well, the white sand. Then there's also other things as well that will probably be introduced outside just bottles. Maybe you can use the sand for anything else, like branches, right? Like branch of crafting recipe, it can be unlocked due to having this white sand. So yeah, um, there's like concern over there, which means that maybe you will need to use sand for everything now. Maybe for building as well. If you want to build a house, you will need sand as well. Not only just cement with bricks, but also some sand. That makes sense, right? That is possible. So yeah, those are like the concern, basically. But yeah, magic bottles. How did the main character obtain all of these bottles? I guess the answer is we're not sure. It might be because the earth is extremely polluted with plastic bottles, and the main character just picks it up, and also fill it with water, and then reuse that later on. That makes sense. But at what point that there's actually a million of those plastic bottles, right? So yeah, it kind of doesn't make any sense then. But yeah. Anyway, I think that for this one is just discussion about magic bottle, or um, how did the main character obtain lots of these bottles. I mean, it can as well just be like the art thing, right? Because it'll be weird if it's just gonna be liquid water, right? And also, yeah, like liquid stuff without any container. That will be very weird, very awkward for the art style. So yeah, that's why maybe they just draw the bottle as well, just because it makes sense. But again, if you think about it, it kind of doesn't make any sense, because bottles, like how did he get all the portals from, which is kind of interesting. And we start to theorize that there might be, an update in the future where now you will need empty bottles to fill to fill it with water. And yeah, you can also craft that. Again, we already mentioned that by white sand. You smelt them, get liquid glass, mold them into these bottles, and there you go. Obviously, if that's the case as well, you will need lots of things like the coal for the smelting, and then there's also the other thing as well. But yeah, we'll see if that will happen or not. If anything, though, in my opinion, that will bring more suffering than joy. I think like people will dislike it more than they like it of the uses. But we'll see if that's gonna be the case or not in the future. But anyway, I think over this one, I kind of doubt it will be for the MPI as well. If anything, they will probably do it, but it will be like few years from now. It's for the far in the future update, but who knows by then what the game is gonna be already. So yeah, but anyway, until over this one, I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay stealthy. I will see you again tomorrow with another TR survival video. But until then, see ya.